Hello everyone, I'm the Solar Gamer, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I do apologize for the lack of video last week. I was very, well, I wasn't very sick, but I was sick. I had a major migraine. I don't know where it came from, but my allergies were really bad last week as well, so I do apologize for that, but I do have some missions to do. The way I'm accepting these missions, I am basically putting them into general consensus, so I will not be basically picking a select one, unless, of course, I really like it. I'm basically combining the efforts of all of you guys' missions and putting it into collaborative general things. So, like a comms network. I have to get that set up. So, in our other series, we had detected signals from the southern pole of the moon. Now, considering we don't have anything around the moon anymore, we need to get something back up there. So, we're going to send a camera-mounted satellite with radiation detection equipment to the moon in a polar orbit and see if we can actually detect this thing. Now, before we do that, we do have to get rid of this little rinky-dink temporary satellite that's up here because, well, we only put enough battery in it to last until we get the beginning stages of our comms network started. So we got to get that up and running before we can actually send it to the moon. So, let's get that working. Okay, so this is our satellite. Well, this is our launch stage. And I am using KW Rocketry for the SRBs, just so you guys know. I mean, I do want to try to give as much credit so that you guys can actually go out and look for these mods yourselves. I will have a link, well, not a link. I will have a list of the mods in the description. You can pretty much find every single one on the spaceport. If not, just search their name in Google and you will find it. Trust me, you will. Just make sure it's up to date. It usually has a number next to it. Make sure that's the current version of KSP before you actually install it, or else it won't work, unless it's a part pack. Okay, so here's our little roaming satellite. It's pretty simple. It has solar panels on both sides. It does have a docking port on both sides, because I do plan on, well, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with them, but for maintenance and stuff like that, we are required to put that on this little satellite here, so that's good and dandy. We also have a nice big satellite dish. This is actually from the Remote Tech pack. Oh, that's another thing. The Remote Tech parts pack. The plugin was not working right for me. So currently it's just a parts pack. I don't actually have the Remote Tech plugin, so all of the comm and stuff like that doesn't actually work. Sadly. I don't know why, but it wasn't reading right when I was in space. So that, I just took out the plugin for now, and we'll fix it, well, hopefully soon. It might be conflicted with another pack that I have, so I'll have to look into that a little bit more. So this is our satellite. Anyways, this is a more advanced, satellite, and it will be there to provide permanent communications. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this one into an equatorial orbit, a very circular orbit, about 500 kilometers, and then we're gonna launch another one and have that in a polar orbit at 500 kilometers, so that they're both, you know, in the same relative space to each other. And then, later on, not now, we're going to launch 3 geostationary satellites at each 120-degree mark on the planet, so that we can all be communicated all at once from anywhere. So that's later on down the road, not yet. Right now we want to get that satellite to the moon so we can see what's going on with the radiation and see where that's linking us. So, without further ado, I think we should launch. Alright, here we are. We'll get the resources up. That's all fine and dandy. We have our orbital display. That's good as well. I think all we have to do is just throttle up and go. We are going to get to about 500 kilometers. So, we will stop there. Alright, ready? We'll put the sass on. Get some sassy sass on. And 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, let's start moving a little bit towards the 90-degree mark right now. We don't have much with the SRBs. And the reason why they actually come off rather than stay on is actually because they were weighing us down so much that we couldn't actually accelerate. So I have to throw them off, so that's why they drop, even though they look like they would stay connected. Alright, and around 10,000 they'll switch right down to the 90-degree marker. It's pretty much going on its own right now. And we should have enough fuel to do this. I did test this going to 1,000-kilometer circular orbit. So we should be plenty good. Plenty good? We should have plenty of fuel to get to 500 kilometers. Alright, 10,000. Let's head on over and stop. Now we'll drop those. Okay, I guess it dropped the fairings too. Well, that's a pain in the butt. Okay, that shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, okay, we should be alright with that. Okay, we might have damaged some equipment on the top here, but... yeah, okay. $405. Whoa, pretty good, pretty good. All right, now, yeah, okay. We should have enough to bring it up enough, and then we could just work out the rest with that. That's fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is open the solar panels because we are up out of the atmosphere. We want to make sure that when we fast forward to the apoapsis, we don't actually lose power. And now we're just going to circularize. Apoapsis is 509. Periapsis is 504. You know what? That's pretty much good in our book. We can correct that with the other engine. We could just drop this. I don't think it drained any fuel from here. Yep, that's fine. Alright, let's drop it. Adios, launch stage. Turn on the lights. Look at this. Our first roaming comm satellite is up there to replace the... Oh, I have SAS on. I was just going to spin around, but I guess not. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go around to the periapsis, or rather apoapsis. Then we're going to correct our orbit a little bit more. It's going to be a burn. Well, we don't really know because we haven't activated those engines yet. I'm going to guess for a 1.9 meter per second burn with this engine. It has a max power of 2. So maybe 2 seconds. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but I don't think we're going to need that much time. Goodbye, launch stage. You served us well. Forever will you be stuck in orbit around Kerbin. Unless we create something to actually get rid of that. Which I do have plans for in the future. Sounds about right, and let's just actually launch this really quickly. Yeah, 2 seconds. 2-second burn, not bad. We'll just go at 1 second. It'll be perfect. That is equatorial. As close to equatorial as we're gonna get it. Yep. Looks pretty straight to me. 509. Wow, it's actually closer than I had wanted. Which is good. Fantastic. Now, that short-range one is still over there, and it's got a pretty weird orbit. I don't know if we actually corrected that. 509, 509. That's good enough for me. And that's our first one. Yep, so that'll spin around the planet like this. Woo! Okay, alright, stop it. Stop it. That's just silly. Okay, time to launch the other satellite. Okay, now we're actually going to call this one 02, but we'll do that once we get up there. I forgot to actually name that 01. Then again, there's only going to be 2 on the planet. I should have made it planet-specific, but that's fine, whatever. The one thing that we're going to change, though, is the lights. We don't want the lights to be the same because, well, they're different. Polar and equatorial. They're 2 different things. They should be considered different. And equal at the same time. Just with more spunk, I suppose. Alright. Put that on there. We'll get red, because red is a very nice color going against blue. Oh, we can see the flight engineer in there. Beautiful. Okay. So, I just gotta redo the action group here. Oh, that's what happened. When I showed you guys what the satellite looked like, I took these off, and then it automatically set it to that. Yeah, that's why. Alright, put that... Flash toggle. That's both sides. Good. Let me check the gear. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so obviously with this one, it's going to be a little bit different because it's a polar orbit, so we're going to be heading to the north, well, to the North Pole, basically. So basically, we're going to be heading towards this marker. Same thing, just head towards, well, north. All right, throttle up, SAS on, 3, 2, 1, go, and go. Now, these are all entirely probe at this point. I will have some manned missions, obviously, but technically, we haven't landed on the moon yet. You know, the Daily Notes have, and they are going to help us out with that, but we have yet to actually successfully do that. So, until we do that, manned missions to the moon are going to be pretty much a no-go. We're going to have to do some more testing before we can ever do that with our technology. Alright, again, we want 500. This one is going to take up more fuel because we're not actually going with the rotation of the planet, so it's going to be a little bit harder. We're going to have to use the fuel on the actual aircraft itself, or satellite. It's a satellite, not an aircraft. Alright, 514. Give or take, we can always fix that up in orbit there. $500. $500. Perfect. And that, my friends, is our communication network. We have 2 communication satellites rotating around the planet. They can both communicate with each other pretty much anywhere. Yeah, like right there, they can still communicate. They do lose contact at some points, but for the most part, they do stay connected. So that's good. That's really good. That's what we wanted. Now, this is pretty much dead in the water at this point, so there's no bother really doing anything with it, except for scrapping it in the near future. Now, let's go back to the planet and launch the Moon Satellite. The Moon Telescope Satellite. Okay, and here it is. The Low Orbit Moon Telescope. Or the Low Moon Telescope. You get it? Because it's L-O. Anyways, so this thing is actually equipped with radiation detecting equipment. This will be able to pinpoint the actual, you know, location of where it's coming from, and we can actually look at it with our camera, which is fantastic. Now, this telescope will be planted at about 7,000 to 8,000 meters above the, or kilometers above the surface. So, we'll be able to see everything in clear detail. Hopefully, that is. If the camera's broken by the time it gets up there, then, well, we won't be able to do anything. So this will... Yeah, so this is good. This is good. I like it. I like it a lot. Of course, this doesn't have a shroud on it, so there is a risk of actually damaging the equipment. Especially the camera, considering the lens is open right now. God, why didn't they close that thing? Either way, the launch must go on. So considering they didn't close it, it's their money, not mine. All right, let's see. Good to go, good to go. Let's see if our action groups are all right. Yes, they are. All right, let's launch. You know, I'm just thinking, one thing that I can actually do with our communication satellites is actually have diagonal ones as well. I don't know what that's called exactly. I know this is equatorial, polar, and then these ones, I don't know what you would call them. But, you know what? That would actually give us exactly, you know, all communication ranges. I've seen this done, well, actually, it's done right here on our own planet. We do that for communication, and I've seen people do it in their games as well. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to do it off camera because it's pretty much just these two, you know, again. So I will do that off camera, only because it's tedious work. Okay, anyways, we're launching this moon satellite. Now, actually, I do need that back up. We're going to be launching, considering the amount of fuel that this thing has, it's going to need to launch directly at the moon. No need for an orbit, it's just going to have to go. So we are going to have to get this pretty much to the point where the moon is, well, at our horizon here. There, that works. Okay. Just launch up on this. This thing just launches right away. No need to actually... Do I have power? Oh, there we go. No. I don't have control of this anymore. Well, that's awkward. Okay, well, we're back. It seems that I don't have control of it at all, like right now. You know what? I'm gonna replace that remote guidance unit. Alright, let's see. Oh, crap. Get back on there. Let's see if this is the actual issue of this thing here. Because if it is, I'll use this. I just wanted to use the other one because it matched a little bit better. Alright, let's see. Go over here. Go over... Nope. This one. Go up. Place it on. Boom. Boom. We have power. Please tell me we have power. Save that. Let's go. This vessel has no remote controlled or manned modules. It won't be controllable. The hell are you talking about? Alright. Looks like we're going with the gold-plated one. That's annoying. Where the hell did that... Yeah, there we go. Now it launches. I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, we should be good now. Let's throttle up. Turn on SAS. And 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, what the hell happened? God, what's going on? Did anything just go wrong there? That was a very explosive takeoff. I got really scared. Okay, we're good. We're good. Seems to be a little fluctuation between this tank and that tank, but we're good. Alright, let's slow it down. Or slow down the overheat, rather. My God. Okay, regardless, we're back up in the air here. Oh, this is so unstable for some reason. I do not know why. This craft got really buggy when I transferred this file over. Interesting. Okay. Now we will be losing it right here. We won't actually be taking this up into the upper atmosphere here. But automatically we'll just go from here. On this stage, that's fine. That'll fall back and... Crap, we forgot the parachutes. Okay, regardless, it's going. It's gonna crash into the ocean. We'll recover the wreck. Alright, now let's get over here, because I don't really want to go above 90. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking. So now we're just gonna burn a little bit more to get that apoapsis back down. $7,000 meters. That's pretty much exactly what I said. 8,000, 7,000. Yep. Good. Okay, now that we're actually in the atmosphere, or rather in the orbit, let's go ahead and open up our panels. Turn on the lights. I have white on this one. I don't know. We haven't used white before, so I thought I'd do that. We have the other solar panels now, so they are a little bit different. What's your problem? Flip over. There you go. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. And now let's set up our maneuver nodes. It's gonna be a burn for, really, 9 minutes? We can't afford to do a 9-minute burn. Are you on drugs? What the hell happened? Why is it doing this? I don't... We'll give ourselves some slack. This is annoying. You know what? I'm gonna do it myself. Screw it. I'm gonna do it myself. Seriously, that's just annoying as all hell. Focus on our ship, please. Once we actually get into the encounter, I'll set up the maneuver node. What's going on? Come on. You didn't freeze on me. I know you didn't. So, turns out, Fraps crashed right as I entered the encounter. So, what I thought was a recording was not. That lag spike when I entered the moon's sphere of influence, that was actually Fraps crashing and not turning back on. So, all of the maneuvering and crap, that's gone. You know, sometimes I just... Anyways, we're at a... Well, it's very rough circular, but the problem is that every time I move this craft, things change. And I don't know why that is. But, yeah, that's just the way that's gonna be. So, I just said screw it, and, well, I detached. In fact, it's actually floating down there. You can probably see it, actually. Hang on, ready? Let's turn on F4. Target it. We are tracking a strange object over here. Hello! Oh. How are you, launch stage? Alright, yeah, fantastic. That's that. Okay, so now we are scanning on the surface, but to scan effectively, we need these radiation detection equipment out so that it picks up the traces of radiation that comes off of the supposed thing that we're supposed to, or signal that we're supposed to find. So hopefully we'll find that a little bit more effectively. And anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.